Welcome to Aussie Food Heaven. First up, we're tackling a true blue Aussie classic, the mighty meat pie. This is a handheld masterpiece, packed with juicy minced meat and rich gravy, all encased in a golden brown crust. We're talking about a flavored explosion that'll have you scoffing down one, then immediately joining the queue for another. A proper Aussie meat pie needs a base that can hold its own against that delicious filling. You can find a decent meat pie at most bakeries around Australia, but for the real deal, head to a footy match. There's nothing quite like biting into a piping hot pie while cheering on your favorite team. But be warned, this is a messy affair. So there you have it, the iconic Aussie meat pie. Now brace yourselves because we're about to dive into a culinary experience that's not for the faint of heart, Vegemite on toast. This dark, salty spread, made from leftover brewer's yeast, is practically a national treasure in Australia. But let me tell you, it's an acquired taste. You see, Vegemite isn't something you slather on like jam or peanut butter. The trick is to use it sparingly. A thin, almost translucent layer on top of buttered toast is all you need. Now, some people might compare Vegemite to something you'd scrape off the bottom of a shoe, but I'm telling you, there's a reason generations of Aussies have grown up on this stuff. It's got this umami, savory depth that grows on you. Think of it as the Marmite of the Southern Hemisphere. You either love it with a fiery passion, or you wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. But hey, when in Australia, give Vegemite a go. Right, you lot, get those napkins ready because we're about to delve into a deep-fried delight that's a cornerstone of Aussie takeaway culture, the Chico roll. Imagine this, a crispy golden brown pastry, piping hot and bursting with a savory filling of minced meat, vegetables, and a secret blend of spices. It's the kind of snack that takes you straight back to your childhood, to footy games and carnivals, with greasy fingers and a satisfied grin. The Chico roll might not win any awards for gourmet elegance, but that's not the point, is it? It's honest, unpretentious food that hits the spot every single time. Think of it as the Aussie answer to the spring roll, but with a whole lot more attitude. Whether you're a tomato sauce traditionalist or a curry sauce daredevil, there's a perfect dipping companion out there for your Chico roll. So, the next time you're wandering the streets of Australia and that rumbling in your stomach starts, you know what to do. Just be prepared to fight off the seagulls. They're rather partial to a bit of Chico roll action too. Alright, enough with the deep-fried indulgences for a moment. Let's dive into something a bit lighter and fresher. Something that truly showcases the bounty of the Australian coast, barramundi. This iconic fish, with its pearly white flesh and delicate flavor, is a true Aussie hero. Whether it's grilled to perfection, pan-fried with a squeeze of lemon, or served as fish and chips with a side of golden chips, barramundi never disappoints. Trust me, when you're sinking your teeth into a fresh, flaky piece of barramundi, coated in a light, crispy batter, all thoughts of ordinary fish and chips fly out the window. You can find fantastic barramundi all over Australia. From upscale restaurants to casual seaside shacks, this versatile fish is a menu staple. So next time you're craving a taste of the ocean, keep an eye out for barramundi. Let's be honest, no culinary adventure is complete without a bit of sugar rush, and in Australia that means one thing, lamingtons. These fluffy squares of sponge cake, dipped in chocolate and coated in desiccated coconut, are practically a national institution. But don't let their innocent appearance fool you. Lamingtons are the subject of fierce debate, with every Aussie having a strong opinion on the right way to make them. Should the sponge be dipped in chocolate sauce or rolled in it? Should there be a layer of jam or cream in the middle? And don't even get me started on the coconut. So, grab yourself a lamington, embrace the coconut shower, and savor every bite of this iconic Aussie dessert. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to step into a culinary minefield that's more explosive than a dropped pavlova, the pavlova itself. This seemingly innocent dessert, with its crisp meringue shell, fluffy marshmallow interior, and crown of whipped cream and fresh fruit, is a source of national pride and fierce rivalry between Australia and New Zealand. Both countries claim to have invented this delicate masterpiece, and the debate over its true origin is as heated as a barbecue in the outback. But let's put aside the culinary squabbles for a moment and focus on the pavlova itself. It's a symphony of textures and flavors, a delicate dance between sweet and tart, crunchy and soft. Whether you enjoy it as a celebratory dessert, a weekend treat, or a sneaky afternoon indulgence, the pavlova is a true testament to the power of simple ingredients combined with a touch of culinary magic. Just be sure to handle it with care. A dropped pavlova is a tragedy of Shakespearean proportions. Now, if there's one sound that screams Australia, it's the unmistakable sizzle of sausages hitting a hot barbecue on a sunny afternoon. The sausage sizzle, a beloved Aussie tradition, is more than just a meal. It's a cultural phenomenon. Picture this: a cloud of smoke billowing from a portable barbecue, the tantalizing aroma of grilling meat filling the air, and a queue of hungry Aussies eagerly waiting their turn. A sausage sizzle isn't complete without a generous squirt of tomato sauce, or dead horse as the locals call it, and a mountain of fried onions piled high on a fluffy white bread slice. It's messy, it's delicious, and it's the epitome of Aussie casual dining. So next time you hear that telltale sizzle and smell the mouth-watering aroma, don't hesitate. Kangaroo. Meat. It's not just Skippy for dinner. Alright, you lot. Time to ditch those preconceived notions about Aussie cuisine and prepare for something a little different. We're talking about kangaroo meat, a true blue Aussie delicacy that's as unique as the country itself. Kangaroo meat is lean, healthy, and surprisingly delicious. It's got a rich, gamey flavor that's similar to venison, but with a slightly sweeter edge. Think of it as a cross between beef and lamb, with a hint of something wild and exotic. The key is to cook it quickly over high heat, either on the barbecue or in a hot pan. A quick sear is all you need to seal in those juices and create a beautiful crust. So, next time you're feeling adventurous, ditch the chicken and give kangaroo a try. Fairy bread sprinkles of childhood dreams. Let's face it, no matter how old you get, there's a part of you that still craves the simple joys of childhood. And in Australia, those joys come in the form of fairy bread. This whimsical treat, a staple at birthday parties and childhood gatherings, is as simple as it gets. White bread, butter, and a generous sprinkling of colorful sprinkles. Fairy bread holds a special place in the hearts of many Aussies, evoking memories of carefree days, sticky fingers, and sugar highs. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most magical moments are found in the simplest of pleasures. It's not about fancy techniques or complex flavors. It's about pure, unadulterated joy. So next time you're feeling nostalgic for your childhood, or you just need a little pick-me-up, grab yourself some bread, butter, and sprinkles, and whip up a batch of fairy bread. Tim Tams, the chocolate biscuit that rules them all. And now, for the grand finale, the piece de resistance, the culinary masterpiece that has captured the hearts and stomachs of millions around the world, the Tim Tam. This iconic Australian chocolate biscuit, with its 2 layers of chocolate malt biscuit sandwiching a creamy chocolate filling, all coated in a thin layer of textured chocolate, is nothing short of a revelation. But the true genius of the Tim Tam lies in its versatility. Sure, you can eat them straight from the packet, and trust me, they're bloody delicious that way. But the real fun begins when you discover the art of the Tim Tam slam. This involves biting off opposite corners of the Tim Tam, using it as a straw to slurp up your favorite hot beverage, tea, coffee, hot chocolate, you name it, and then devouring the whole thing before it collapses into a gooey mess. It's a messy, delicious, and utterly satisfying experience that every Tim Tam enthusiast needs to try at least once. So there you have it. The Tim Tam, the undisputed king of Australian biscuits. Aussie food coma achieved. Well, there you have it, you bunch of happy campers. We've braved the meat pie gauntlet, survived the Vegemite challenge, and indulged in a Tim Tam frenzy. You've officially had a crash course in Aussie street food. And let's be honest, you're probably craving a taste of everything right now. But this is just a taste of what this incredible country has to offer. So, get out there, explore, and most importantly, eat your heart out. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button for more food adventures from around the globe. Until next time, happy eating!